London's Comic-Con pulls Harry Potter discussion panel after LGBTQ plus charity, I think they've missed a few letters there, complained of potential impact on trans individuals following backlash at author J.K. Rowling over her trans views. This is funny as fuck because from my understanding of this is about... Huh?
I'm just saying, yeah, they say her trans views, but what views? They don't specify anything. They just use it as a broad blanket term. But she wasn't against trans people. She was pro-women. It's a very different thing.
She's fucked in the head. Everyone involved in this thing's fucked in their head. But this is actually to do with Cursed Child. And Cursed Child's the one that kind of pushes a lot of this stuff.
I gotta be honest.
That's the one with like Black Hermione and shit. The one that J.K. Rowling is very much in support of. Like when they reboot this movie, it's what?
Is the Cursed Child the play?
It's written as a play.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But you know how they're rebooting all
this?
As a kid. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So is that the one where Voldemort is a Republican? I get them all mixed up.
Oh, it's J.K. Rowling, so probably
the multiverse is weird.
Yeah. But this is the one with Black Hermione and shit like that. So it's
Black Hermione.
Yeah. When it all fucking comes, when that new TV show comes out, it's got to be a Black Hermione. It's got to be great. And JK's got to be pushing it and loving it.
But I don't understand. If they're going to do that, does that mean that Ron's going to be replaced because he's a ginger with a black person?
Yeah, Ron's a redheaded ginger. He's fucked. The whole thing is stupid. This is like the perfect case of both sides are just arguing essentially about the same thing and are like attacking each other over the same general shit. And are both supporting. Everyone's supporting the thing they all claim to hate at the same time. It's so weird, man. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah,
this is why I say I do not like the tranny community. It's so fucking weird.
Dude, nothing even happened. They didn't pull it. They just threatened to pull it. Literally said.
Oh, so it actually hasn't been cancelled.
Threatened to pull. Oh, fuck off. Yeah,
so what do they have to do for the threat not to stand? Like, what does J.K. Rowling now have to do?
Nothing. She's probably not even fucking there.
Sacrifice a ginger.
Probably doesn't even know it's a thing, like an event. I don't know. I just get the checks in the mail, but I don't know.
Comic-Con has become so diluted. It's not even about comics anymore.
Neither is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have a Lord of the Rings fucking
stand or whatever. I agree with Grant. I mean, Comic-Con is just so fucking diluted that it's completely lost all meaning, man. All fucking meaning. The Comic-Cons where I am, they are pretty small, right? But they're not bad, but you go in there and most of it's anime these days, man, which is a shame because the one, I think it was last year, they actually did a lot of like local people, like a lot of Australian like indie writers and shit like that. And they're cool to talk to and all that type of shit because they just do their own shit. Mm-hmm. But the general like bigger picture of it, it's not even about comics anymore. It's just a fucking rip off. Like, I like to go because I'm into that shit, but I can't recommend it, man. I really can't recommend going to a Comic-Con anymore unless you're going with people to have a fun day. If you're going there for the passion of comics, you're going to be greatly disappointed. I can only imagine how bad like these bigger ones are.
My whole thing is I don't understand how the LGBTQ community has so much power over this. That it can threaten to have J.K. Rowling's fucking or the Harry Potter stand or whatever it is cancelled from a Comic-Con. Like
it's not that. It's the fact of the matter is that people don't want to be considered to be bad or bigots or on the right side, quote unquote right side of history, to the point where they're willing to do whatever it takes to stop that. Good people are willing to throw their neighbors under the bus just so they're not seen as the whatever the new bad thing is. We had communists back in the day where people would turn on the neighbors. I mean, I don't know if you know much about history, but there was a bunch of people over in Germany that did a very similar thing where they didn't give a shit about the neighbors. It was all pure and simply about not having a spotlight on them. So they will do whatever it takes just to push that away. Whether they believe it or not is irrelevant.
If only we knew someone that knew a lot about Harry Potter.